It was a woman whose car had broken down on the motorway and she was listening to Bach on her headset and all the cars were hooting her as they went past.
You have to know how to make something to understand how to unmake it, which is why the latest Bottega Veneta collection is a lesson in de and reconstruction.
It's less bourgeois than it used to be, but it still is actually, because the first dresses were this patchwork of leather, mesh and fabric that can look a bit dark because it was black.
I don't particularly like bright color at that time of the year. I think at that time of the year usually a woman has a certain glow to her face, so she looks better in dark or in pale.
I love those flat black kind of Birkenstocky Jesus sandals.
They were sort of like gladiator sandals.
Yeah, for me it was less Roman and more Christian, I felt.
Bottega's gone more experimental. I really like experiment with texture, fabrics, juxtapositions. I think it's not easy to put together those different materials and have a dress that perfectly falls on the body.
There were really interesting techniques with the hems done in leather or in a different fabric to create the movement.
I looked into embellishment, very poorly but very beautifully executed, so kind of invisible at first thought, and also the choice of material, that is not obvious. I don't think anybody embroiders down feathers.
This season they showed how jackets are made, almost casually taking form over the body of the model, like all those flaps in the back of the jacket. It was more about the process than the product.
That was a very, very edgy collection, I thought.
They do have an edge, but it's always sophisticated, modern. I didn't find it precious, but the fabrics themselves were precious, but it wasn't treated in this hallowed way of luxury clothes. It was desirable.
The pleasure, of this work is creating things. It's not only a shape, it's, inventing a material, making a material different. That is what makes it so interesting.